Good evening, Soumya, Sangeeta, Sagari.
Good
Nice
evening.
to be here. I don't think any of you were part of last week's program, were you? Anyone of
Arati,
you?
I missed, and today I made sure that I'm there in time because Monday I have a recitation on Mamta's group. So by the time I finish, it crosses 8, and then I go for something and then I forget. Then I only see the comments, so the beautiful comments written by everyone. So
You
today I
should.
said I must. Today I did make it a point that I have to be there.
You put an alarm for 8:30,
No,
and then
no.
you,
What happens is I finish the recitation at about 8:15. Then I go to just have something, and by the time I go there, something else comes up, and then the phone is somewhere else, and I forget.
no worries. But anybody of you heard the recording of last week?
I did, ma'am.
You did. Okay. Anybody else also? I'd just like a feedback about what you felt about that last week's content.
There's one thing that was amazing that happened when you were talking about holding your head high. How does it feel? My felt light, which is a very big thing because I felt somehow we've learned through Redikall that heavy shoulders are a sign of carrying burdens, future burdens, burdens of worry. So somehow holding made it feel lighter, like, could face anything and everything is taken care of, kind of a feeling. So that I felt when I saw your recording.
Right, right. So, for people who have not seen it, I would recommend that you do follow these three sessions that we are having. The first one we had was, I'm talking only of joints and how they convey so many messages which are linked not only to the body, the physical body, also to the energy body, and how we can learn to interpret them in such a simple way that everything is aligned, everything is correlated. So we can't think, okay, physically I'm feeling unwell, so it is because of this. If physically you're having heaviness in your heart, so you may think, okay, it is because of relationships or something. But there is a possibility that something in your joints is giving you messages which you are not understanding. And I didn't talk of the whole spine last time. I just spoke of major joints in the spine where they connect to other parts of the body and how beautifully their messages come across as a signal to us as to what we need to take care of, right? So last time it was joints. Today I'm going to talk just of the arms, the joints of the arms. And for that, I mean, we don't remember how to associate our situations and problems with it. So how do we do that in a simple manner? How do we understand? Because if I told you to hold your head high last time, you would realize that your spine straightens up immediately. If you're slouching like I'm doing right now, if you can all try it, it's just a quick repeat of last week. Just slouch and sit and see how you feel. Your stomach is getting compressed, your back is bent over. It is possible that you are having some pain at the lower end of your back and even on your shoulders or the back area between one shoulder to the other may also be feeling some kind of heaviness, right? So now I tell you to sit straight, straighten your spine and hold your head straight, high. Because the joint at the top of the head, which joins the skull to the spine, I'm talking of that point is very critical. Because that is the one that helps you look this way, look that way, look up, and look towards the future. So expansion chakra. So you'll remember your chakras also that way in a very simple manner. If you agree with me, give me a thumbs up or something so that I know that you're understanding what track I'm trying to follow. Great, Moon Moon. Thank you. Anybody else? Any questions till now? Anybody? Thank you, Soumya. Thank you. So I have a chat. What does the chat say? Let me see. All right. Thank you, Rina. Yeah. So we talked of the spine, the joints of the spine. So please do refer to it. I haven't talked of the whole spine, just certain points in the spine last week. Today I'm going to talk only of the arms. All right. Now again, this is a physical exercise I want you to do. Right now, as whatever way you're sitting, tell me how are you feeling at the shoulders. Don't change your posture. Whatever way you were sitting, just tell me how you felt or how are you feeling. Oh, is there something that you think is, who's this?
Shoulders are light.
हाँ, shoulder. हाँ, कैसा लग रहा है?
Light.
Light लग रहा है. Are you sitting straight?
Yeah, actually, I'm used to, I just keep on reminding again and again, like since very long.
Okay.
So the posture has become, so I feel my shoulders very light.
Okay. Anybody else who's honest enough to admit how are their shoulders feeling? Apurva says burdened and tired. Okay. Anybody else?
Feeling still some pain.
Some pain. All right.
Yes.
Pain. Sushma also says pain. Now, I don't know what way you're sitting. Just put your arms down by your side and let loose completely. Just let loose. Completely loose. Sit straight, but let your arms be completely loose. As if they're just hanging there. And let me know how you feel. What is the feeling that comes up? Is there any change?
Feeling good.
Feeling good? Okay.
Yes.
Apurva says good. Anybody else? Just let your arms, when I say hang, it is just let loose, let go, relief. Thank you, Soumya. Yeah. So you realize every moment of our life, we are stressing ourselves for no reason. So the moment you let your arms be loose, what have you done? You have just let go, surrendered, loosened some of that stress which is not needed at all to be held by your body. Now visualize this. Every day of your life, whatever your age is till now, as of date, let's start counting from, let's say, age of 5 till today. Imagine the stress that you have been holding on your shoulders. Now, everything can't be just about, past life or ancestral or other things. The more we keep burdening ourselves, the more we allow ourselves to become victims of burdens magnetically be invited in our space. Does that resonate with you? You understand? So simple. Yes, we have, I'm not saying that what we study here is not correct. But what I'm saying is, even when you have to work daily as simply, if you just let loose and use your hands more fluidly, what are you doing? You are allowing your body to relax. You are allowing your body to understand that there's no pressure. You are allowing your body to assimilate the goodness of whatever is being done by you. Even if it's not simple, but the task of cooking. Or even if you're just reading. Or doing some household chores. Or in office. Even if you're carrying a pile of books. If you carry it like this. There are books and you're holding it like this. Again, see the shoulders? But if you're just carrying, yeah, there are books and I'm carrying it. There's no pressure. The physical weight is a different kind of pressure. Does that resonate with you? So what do we need to do? Don't you feel good जब कोई तुम्हारे कंधे पे हाथ रख देता है? If somebody just holds your shoulders, and says, don't worry, I'm there, or don't take so much stress, or if something traumatic has happened, yes, there would be a lot of stress. But if somebody just comes and places their hands, their arms on your shoulder, you feel supported. You feel loved. You feel that the other person at least feels for you. You feel, even in a way, protected. If somebody, haven't we said to our children also, for when they go for exams, we pat them on the back, come on, you can do it. I mean, I'm trying to pat myself, but just giving you the example, don't we do that? Come on, you can do it. You can go ahead. Even if a soldier is leaving for the war, the mother puts a hand on the shoulder and says, Ja beta. And it's not filmy, it's a fact. So what are those shoulders trying to tell us? That we, as individuals, yeah, Geeta, we feel loved, we feel cared for. And don't we tell our friends, yeah, zara daba do, zara relax ho jayega. Why do we do it only here? Because imagine the weight that we allow our shoulders to carry all the time, even unnecessarily. The physicality of it. Abhi, every few seconds, if you notice, you'll go back into a stress mode. Then you'll have to relax it. Because we don't know how to relax. We have forgotten it. So the biggest thing that you need to do is to become aware of that part of you which teaches you or keeps reminding you, like a school principal, relax, lower your shoulders. Lower means come to that position where you feel relaxed. Let yourself go. When you allow yourself to let go, what else are you letting go? Probably a lot of unneeded, inactive, and stagnant energies. Even inactive thoughts and feelings, which are just sitting there like we have, it's sitting in our filter mind. We don't know what all we are storing in our filter mind, right? But if we allow ourselves to just relax, we are doing justice to our physical body, which helps us to align further to the spine in such a way that the flow of energy, this way or that way, upwards or downwards, is continuous and easy and effortless. So, what does it say? The shoulders, that is CR1 and CL2. CR1, sorry, and CL2. Okay, I'm clubbing it together because everything is commonly there except one is R is the right side where you receive from the universe. Universe also means your home, your family, your people, your work, your past life, your ancestral, everything. And this is what you give out to the world. The left, CL is left, CR is right for those who may not be knowing Redikall so well. Right? So what does it say? CR basically it tells you about backlog, guilt, regret, incompletions, baggage, and the effect of the past. So these two, as we know in terms of Redikall, these are the relief chakras. So how do we give relief? Baggage. If you are holding up even something that has happened let's say, as an argument with you and your boss, or your boss has told you that there are preconditions now in terms of working in the future, you carrying the stress there, right? Let go. Why do you need this baggage? You don't need it. If your mother-in-law or father-in-law or parents or anybody says something to you and you're holding on to it, what's the point? These things you can just release like this when you allow your own body to relax. And of course, Redikall statements. Please remember, I'm trying to simplify it for you so that you can learn to associate immediately and remember the chakras. If suddenly you're feeling heavy, so you'll know, oh, okay, it is the relief chakra and I need to do something about it. Why would you know it is relief chakra? Because you have been told that you're holding on to too much stress. So when you let it go, you are relieved. So that relief, so that's why it is relief chakra. So now you will start remembering the points also. Otherwise, every time you have to either look up body talk or look up the book to try and figure out what is that chakra. Though these ones are the most famous ones because of the baggage. Yes, Geeta, what's your question?
Suppose the person is slouching, could it
Yeah.
be either the opposite person is burdening, or could it be the other also reason that the person herself has assumed it and putting the burden on itself? Like
Both.
it could
Both
be either.
cases, yes, both cases are possible because you remember, मैं बोझ नहीं उठा सकती, अब मुझसे बोझ नहीं उठाया जाता, जिंदगी का बोझ नहीं उठाया जाता या काम का बोझ नहीं उठाया जाता. I tell you, Hindi language and even our regional languages, all of them are beautiful because they have explanations for everything. मैं ये बोझ नहीं संभाल सकती, मुझसे ये बोझ अब उठाए. What are we talking of? It could be different kind of things. So what happens? You have a tendency to put your hands on your face and slouch, maybe, or some other form. या मेरे कंधे झुक गए, शर्म से झुक गए, या or मतलब there's been a breakdown, some trauma that has happened in the family, maybe. So कंधे झुक गए. So कंधे झुकना, what is कंधे झुकना? This is what it is. See, that relief has gone. That reason to feel, happiness and sort of in command and in control has gone. So, लोगों के कंधे शर्म से भी झुक जाते if something traumatic happens, which is not of a very pleasant nature in relationships. So, कंधे पे हाथ रखना, कंधे झुक जाना. It's a beautiful way to remember what happens to the shoulders and how we can take care of it. So, as I said, guilt जैसे है ना, उसकी वजह से guilt feel हो रहा because maybe something has happened which is a kind of unfortunate incident in the family and brought a lot of disrepute. So मेरे कंधे झुक गए. अब मैं किसी काबिल नहीं. I mean, I'm sounding very filmy, but please excuse me. I mean, this is the best way to explain it, right? So, as I said, backlog, guilt, regret, incompletions, baggage and effects of the past. And the left side, what does it tell us? This baggage that has come in from wherever, we need to offload it. Let it go. Learn to be non-judgmental. If we are allowing ourselves to be judgmental, it is all because we're just storing it here. And think about yourselves. If you're, judging someone, next time onwards, try to note how your body is responding, or you are making your body respond. You will see that your shoulders are stretched up when you do that. You will experience it, right? Then being non-judgmental, as I said, and forgiving yourself and forgiving others. The moment you forgive yourself and others, you are just allowing that freedom to come into you, whereby tomorrow you will be able to put your arms on somebody else. It's okay, whatever happened, it's fine. Everything is done, right? So shoulders, I'm taking a little more time just for this. Please understand that we need to focus in such a way that we allow our body to be absolutely loose, hanging down without feeling that burden. Okay? And I'll give you the statements for it. With soul's love, I recognize and let go of past backlog. With soul's love, I recognize and let go of past backlog. Now, why have I given you the most general statement of backlog? Backlog could be of anything, right? It could be of guilt, it could be of regret, it could be of baggage, anything. So I've just given backlog. You can work on it with, more of the aspects. And the other one would be, I admit my past backlog under the loving care of radical consciousness. Okay? CL2 also has some other aspects to it which we don't understand. And that is, we have future worries. Yes, thank you, Apurva. Future worries or daydreaming. You can spend your whole day daydreaming, thinking about a future, then thinking it will not be possible, it will not work out, it may not happen. So what are you doing? You are allowing yourself to go into a spasm of disbelief in yourself, in your own capabilities. So then what do? I am not capable of moving forward. So I am just burdened with so many things in my life. Let go of worries of the future. Things will happen when it is divined. The universe takes care of you if your manifestations are correct, if your intentions are absolutely with integrity. That's what Radical says, no? The principles of Radical talk of justice. Believe in the love, faith, joy, peace, happiness, care, and integrity. There's no reason. Everything has a time. You cannot force the time to be, before or after or whatever. But it happens. Resolve your resentment towards constant worries. So resentments, future worries, etc. Everything that is constantly in your mind, don't punish yourself in anticipation of more responsibilities and worries coming your way. So I know a lot of people who go with this. They keep punishing themselves. No, if this happens, then what is going to happen? How am I going to handle this? How will I tackle it? How, if I have invited 10 people for a party and somebody else says, yeah, I'm also coming, how am I going to manage that? What about the extra food? What about the chairs or the table or whatever? Will I have to make another dish? I'm not talking of petty things. I'm not talking of the big things, right? So even in school, it may happen. The school suddenly says, okay, we are introducing something else and your child is capable, we want to put him there. So then you start thinking of all the things. This means that I have to go early, come back late or whatever else. How will I pick up my son? How will I pick up my daughter? What will I do? So think about it. Is it really necessary for you to go into that space? No. The space says, learn to just flow, not to burden yourself. So what is it for these two? It will be with soul's love. I free myself from future concerns and worries. With soul's love, I free myself from future concerns and worries. Okay? Now, next I come to any questions on this till now? Anybody? I spent a lot of time with shoulders because it was very important for me. to sort of convey that. Anybody has any questions? Oh, there is something in the chat. Lot of things. Yeah. Anybody having any questions on this? Okay. Sometimes fear sits in. Again, Sushma, anything that's coming in is because we are allowing ourselves to close up at that point. And as I explained last time, that it's not just about the skeleton system. Every joint is, every part of our body, like we have the circulatory system, the nervous system. So you have a central one, and then you have all these little capillaries and arteries and nerves coming out and, fulfilling your body. But everything goes in sync. But whenever there is a kind of blockage, energetically also, what does it lead to? Like right now I explained, if you slouch, your stomach gets compressed. Now visualize, it's not just your physical area, which we call stomach. Your gut is compressed. Your stomach and the organ inside is compressed. And imagine you're eating food which is not being allowed to move forward because you're not sitting straight. So what happens? After some time, the process of that ingestion that happens in the gut, it stops. And that food becomes like a block inside your physical body. So who's responsible? You. And then we say, of course, there are many associated energetic reasons that can come up. But that is what can happen. So if we close ourselves, maybe we're not allowing the blood and the nervous system to function correctly. So then maybe our energetic system is getting also influenced, and the skeletal system, which is all the joints in the body, also gets influenced. And after some time, there's possification, that calcification starts, or the body starts bending, then you can't straighten it. That itself is a big burden. Correct? So anybody with any questions or any doubts to clear? So fear is also one of them. And if we allow it to sit, then you can just let it go with soul's love. I transform and transcend my fear. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my fear. So after this, we come to the elbow joint, the one that allows movement further. So the shoulders, of course, if they are absolutely fine and relaxed, but you're sitting straight, you will feel the difference. Coming to the shoulders, why is it called vulnerability chakra? This is vulnerability. Think about it. Because it's a strong joint. Of course, it's connecting the forearm to the upper arm and to the palm and everything. Why is it called? Yeah, because it is one of your biggest defense mechanisms. So it can only defend you because you are vulnerable. And how? Visualize yourself traveling in the local metros of Delhi or Bombay. Visualize yourself in crowded buses. Visualize yourself in lifts, which are equally crowded when you're climbing up or down, going up or down. Have you seen your body posture? Have you tried to note your body posture? What do you do? Can someone tell me? How do you, okay, there's no place to sit, or even when sitting, how do you sit, keeping your elbow joints in mind? We brace ourselves by placing our elbow out. Yes. I'd like other people also to contribute. Let's make it a little participative. It's not a one-way lecture. Anybody else?
We bound to take support.
Okay, yes, we are bound to take support also. Yeah, what else? Now visualize it's full of all kinds of people around you and it's crowded. You have a handbag also, which you have to hold. And I'm talking whether it's a bus or a train or a metro or a lift. How do you place your body?
Crunched up.
Yeah, crunched up maybe like this. Now, look at your elbows when you say that. Look at your elbows. So
Close
what
to
do
the
you do?
sides of our body.
Yes. And at the same time, a little projected so that nobody enters my personal space. Have you noticed that? What do women do in crowded places? If they have a bag, they hold it up in front like this, and their hands, if you can see my hands, they come like this. Normally, that is a very the safest defense mechanism a woman can hold. She has her bag, so you see the shoulders are both protruding out. Or she'll put her arms like this. Still the two elbows, shoulders I said, I'm sorry, elbows. Elbows are protruding out. So what is happening? You are getting protected and your vulnerable areas, that is that physical part of your body is also protected. Right? Never thought about it, did you? Yeah? So that is something that we need to take note of, that the vulnerability. So what else does it do? When you are in grief, somebody comes and puts an arm around your shoulder. When they put their arm around the shoulder, it bends at the elbow to give you that feeling of warmth and coming together. Imagine if your hand was just straight. You can't hug a person, even one-to-one if you have to hug. It's that elbow that allows you to feel that vulnerability with the other. I know it is called vulnerability chakra, but the best way to remember it is that it makes you feel or takes care of your vulnerability. So you'll never forget it now that elbow joint is called vulnerability chakra. Yes, Geeta, what's your question?
I just remembered one thing, like, when the person is too hurt and does not allow anybody in her or his space,
Yeah.
and actually that elbow goes this way out.
Absolutely, absolutely. I was going to come to that, but first I thought, let me talk of the sweet things. That's about the hug. And then if somebody is holding you, even with one arm, when they hold you, it is this elbow which has to bend to give you the feeling of that intimacy or closeness or love or care or whatever. Don't you talk to your children when you hold them like this? If you're sitting and a little child of 10-year-old is standing in front of you, you put your arm around them like on the waist level and tell them, "Acha batao kya hua?" So they'll tell you that this happened, that happened, whatever. So what are we doing? These elbows, and there also are, as I said, defense mechanism. If somebody attacks you or somebody is trying to harm you, as Geeta said, it can also reach out to give a big kick to somebody behind you or hurt you. I mean, unless you want to do it purposely, right? So what happens? The process of this joint is not just about connecting and being there. And of course, it is also very sensitive. We don't realize it. It may be a bone, it may be a joint, but it can get hurt very, very often because we are not very careful with it. A lot of people have a lot of joint hurts, which can cause a lot of damage, right? And when the elbow is hurt, then your whole arm is out of operation. You can't perform anything. So what does it tell us? That the right side, as it says, is to safeguard the need for protection, vulnerability, sensitive, and to feel secure, as I explained just now. Yeah, all these aspects of holding, hugging, keeping you secure in public places or even otherwise. And also to make you give a feeling of, when you want to project a commanding or a very aggressive attitude, when you put your hands on your shoulders, or beg your pardon, on your waist, the elbows are out. And it is very intimidating to the other person. That means, do not deal with me. Do not try to come into my space. Right? Have you seen in the army, etc., when the officer is training the people, exercise, normally he's standing like this. And he's watching them and he's standing like that. It kind of gives a command. It kind of gives you that feeling. Why can it give the command? Because you're protected. Your body language is talking. Haven't you seen people also say, "Chalo aao, karo, kya karna chahte ho mere saath? Come on, come on." So, I'm giving you just very simple examples. So immediately our hand goes on our waist, simply because I know myself, I am secure in my space, I am confident, I am safe. You cannot harm me. That intimidation is of a different nature. But again, what is it covering? Your vulnerability. Right? So, for this, you can say it is also stubbornness. So when people are very stubborn, they may again either go with this and not like little children do many a times. Suddenly, when they want to show their anger, cutely, they'll just put their arms like this. Why? Because for them it is, I am now angry with you. And then they become stubborn. You can also be stubborn and not realize you're doing the same thing. And using your inner strength to protect yourself, basically. All right. So, what is the statement that we can have for this? With soul's love, I intend and invite my higher consciousness to safeguard my interest. With soul's love, I intend and invite my higher consciousness to safeguard my interest. And the left side of you will also say, to safeguard your own interests. There is that need. So again, as I said, they are working in sync. What you receive, it's from the higher consciousness. From here, it is my need to safeguard my interest. So I will act accordingly. Okay? And also a need to protect, take care of self and those who are under your, let's say, care. Right? So for this, you can say, with soul's love, I take care of myself. I take care of all around me. With soul's love, I take care of myself. I take care of all around me. Any questions? Does it sync or does it resonate with all of you? I'd like an answer.
Yes, yes.
Okay, all right. So it's already 9 o'clock. So, the others are the wrist and these joints here, which will take another hour. So maybe we can do it next time, all right? But in the meantime, if you have any questions or anything you'd like to ask me, either from this week or last week or any other thing, please reach out, let me know. Thank you, Reena. When you come, I get encouraged because you are the person who knows each and every chakra of the body so beautifully. So Any questions, anyone? Yes, Munmun.
I have a pain in this side.
Okay.
When I try to sit straight, the pain increases. Yeah.
There could also be a reason in case you have spondylosis or something.
Yes, spondylitis.
Okay. So look at the metaphysical reasons for spondylosis. Reena, are you still here? Reena?
Yeah, Arati, I'm there.
Yeah. So what could we tell her for this side of this thing?
Where is she having pain? I did not see that.
Yeah.
Munmun, can you
Munmun?
Yeah, like
show us?
in two sides, both sides.
And it's for
Both
the ease.
sides.
You need to ease out and relax.
Absolutely.
And somebody's like ego pride.
Right. So last time, Munmun, were you here? Last week?
Last week I am not here.
So if you look up the video that of the joint last week, that's exactly what we talked of. That when you don't allow yourself to ease up and you don't allow yourself to relax and allow the flow of energy to go through easily, the possibility is that that area clamps up and you start getting the pains as you are getting. So it could also be, you know, sometimes you hold your head high or hold yourself in such a way that there is ego involved. Check whose ego is it? Is it yours? Or is it something that is making you react to somebody else? So that is something you will have to take care of. Okay?
Yeah, we need to be humble also.
Exactly. So you need to be humble. So if there is ego, just let it go. Allow yourself to be a humble channel of love, faith, and joy. Yeah?
Thank you.
Welcome. Anybody else? Any questions? All right. So thank you very much. And yeah, as you know that Circle of Peaceful Progress will be opened. Do post your comments there. And next week we'll do this part of your body, this whole thing. And then the following week will be the legs. So then at least we are very clear to understand the basic joint chakras and how it can help us in the future. All the time. You won't forget these chakras now, right? At least I think so. Okay? All the best. Thank you very much. See you next Monday.
Thank
Thank you
you.
very much,
Thank you
ma'am.
so much.
Thank
Okay,
you.
bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Thanks.